morning hours. It's about 8 in the morning, day of the sun. And this is my small nursery. Well, we put some skumawiki, and this one is spinach. And they are now coming up. They are 11 days old in the nursery today. And then we have others. This one of them is beetroot, and the other one is dania. We'll see how they are coming up. We have some nursery with some jacaranda trees and some bottle brush and some other things. Some flowers that I want to plant, some mulberry, and also these ones are mangoes. You can see mango coming up well. So I just planted in this first, and then when it germinated, I transplanted to this big one. Then I want it to grow for quite some while in this before I plant it. To make it easier now, minimizing watering. This is now the boundary. On this side is the shamba. This side is for the house. So here is where I've started to plant fruits. You can see some Matunda damu, tomato tree, and very interesting now in the morning. It has a lot of moisture. It's mid-January now, 17th of January, and there's still a lot of moisture in the air. This place has warm days and cold nights, so there's a fallout of the moisture. If the moisture is in the air, it will fall out on the plants during the night. So that's nice. These trees are healthy. The Leukenia is still growing, very healthy, producing a lot of seeds. I guess the seeds will be ready by February. And then I have mulched all this place, and now I can see the mulch is going down and the grass is coming again, so we need to mulch again and again and again. And you can see what I've seen is the new leaves for these plants are becoming bigger and greener, and just by mulching it has changed this trace. You can see this leaf is much smaller and more yellowish, so it's very nice. And this one grows together with the avocado. This is now the design that I wanted. Like this season now we consume avocados, and this one remains the seed. So what we have done, I've just put seeds in the ground in many holes. I put it in the ground in 20 of them, and we have 13 that have come up. So I put 20 in April, now it's January. So out of 20 is 13, so that's quite a good percentage. It's about 65% germination rate. Most likely the others also germinated and have died before I came in November. So that's also possible. You can see very healthy leaves. But they are quite different. This is planted at the same time, very small. It's also very small. But we can see now, as I have mulched more, they are coming up much better. Like these ones are also coming up very nicely. And it had some problems with some insects eating, and I've just squeezed them to kill them. Caterpillars. Another avocado coming up very healthy. So I'm continuing to plant the seeds, and I've done so quite some holes, and then I put a stick just to mark that I've planted an avocado. And my intention is that I want to plant more avocados than even this Matunda damu, because they're very easy to plant. So they will grow together with the Matunda damu mostly, and sometimes they might grow on their own, unless I put a Matunda damu together with this one. So this is the design. I've also planted some podo. In Samburu they are called elpiripirinti. Maasai they call them olpiripiri. And we have collected them from the forest. I bought them for 20 shillings each. And I also went to town to a nursery there, and they were selling this size. They were selling for 500, although it was in a pot. So we'll see how it will survive. So far, it's not seeing any signs that it will die. When immediately after planting, it rained, so something good. And then we planted some Lmarugwet species together. This one. So that to make some mulching material, because the Lmarugwet will grow faster and produce leaves that we can use for mulching. Here's all the bigger Lmarugwet coming up. So I need a lot of the work will be for mulching, and then I have come to see, I've tried to remove weeds from these ones and leave like this. There's Leukenia seeds that are germinated, so that they come. But I've seen it's quite some work, so it's better I try to get a lot of grass and mulch this place. Grass is a lot, as I still have around 1.5 acres of grass that is to be utilized. So yeah, up to this point it's another podo, ilpiriprinti, another avocado, so see, a lot of grass. This is the area now where we are clearing the grass, cutting the grass for mulch. You can see different time periods. This one is green, this one is not as green. And I have a pile of of seeds for Lmarugwet, and the intention was to dry them and then remove them and put them in a container. But what has happened is it has rained, so many of them are germinating, and I have collected both. There's some in this pile that I just they have started to germinate. This one has done so but failed. Am I zooming? I don't know why. There you can see this is showing signs of disease. I'm trying that one. But others who are germinating like that, I have tried to plant them. I'm not seeing they are germinating yet. But I've also planted this one. And this one I've seen they are doing well, actually. So this is the ones I will plant now. And then also the dry seeds, even this. And those are starting to germinate. I will just keep them in the pile to be able to grow until this size. I'll transplant them. So then I can have this a stick, and find a place where I want to plant. Like next to this gravelia. So I will just put the stick in the ground, make a good hole. And then put the seedling in the hole. And that's it. And hope for some more moisture. This one might need that I water. So along the fence I have the gravelia. I've also planted some olives, some Olea europea, subspecies africana. See if we can find one. Here's one that is planted. Very nice tree, very good. It's preferred dry time fodder for cows, where they can survive really well. And other gravelias. And between the gravelia I put seeds for Leukenia and Suspania. And in this place, the Leukenias, the Suspanias has come up well. This one is even starting to flower, and it's going to give some seeds. And they're the same age, but this one had some better some more manure, most likely. This place did not have manure, The trees are very small. And we are seeing some change just by mulching. And we have put some small manure. And they have turned from being yellow to green. So this is something very nice. It's all around the fence. Then I have one castor that has come up by itself. I did not plant it. Also along the fence. See, this gravelia is older than the others. This one's planted now. This one was from 2018. This might be from 2017 or still to 2018. But were not eaten by cows, as others were eaten. So this castor bean, something that I have come to like more and more because it grows really fast and the leaves are really a nice mulch. Where this decomposes, I can see the soil has a good quality. This one is already producing seeds. These are different species from the one that I planted in the lab shamba in Yamu area. So, even here. So it has been a lot of work to clear the grass and mulch. But now when it's done, the trees are doing much better. Even here I've planted some olives. That's the design I want along the fence. One gravelia and one olive, so that when the gravelia become very big, the olive can be harvested and then the olives can take over, as the olives grow very slowly. Another fodder species. This was a cypress, also from the forest, wildly grown. And then something that I've not expected is now the red cedar, uniparnus species. I have a problem with the zooming. Yeah. It can't zoom so near. Anyway, this one was my Christmas tree. And then we threw it out and I removed all the branches and then I put them to mark that there is a avocado here. Funny enough, it is sprouting new leaves. So it looks like it can be planted from cutting, and that would make now it easy to plant many of these. It's a very nice tree. It's the tree we use for fencing because the termites cannot eat them. So they stay long. Actually, in the forest, this tree and olive, they grow to live long and then they die. Traditionally, they die when they're old and then they don't really decompose well in the forest. So what they need is a forest fire. To be able to decompose, unless they take ages and ages to mulch down, to decompose. That's a very nice timber. This is passion. It's a yellow one, and then we have a green one. So they're coming up, but we'll need more attention. I'm not giving them attention. Need some manure and some mulching. I can see some of my avocados are not so healthy, but they will need much more care, mulching and manure. And then some other olives that did not survive well. This one, I'm yet to see if it will make it. We planted in November, so hopefully it will be okay. I'm not seeing so many new leaves. Maybe this is, yeah, maybe it is. I'm not so sure. There's a transplanted Suspania, so I hope it will survive the transplanting. Now we're back to where we started. And this is now one of the Leukenias that were planted 2018. It's 2 years, 2 seasons old, and this is the place where I counted it by November. So it has grown another 50 centimeters. It's now more than 2 meters tall, 2 meters and maybe 30 centimeters. Sokonoi species we planted in December. This one has done really well. Sokoni in Samburu. Here the Gravelia had died, so I dug, and then I have put the waste from the kitchen, food waste. So it's down there, and then I put some soil, and then I have replanted just recently, some week ago. And this bean, tomato, potatoes, and these are some traditional vegetables, some managu. These things are just coming up on their own because of that food waste. So I hope it will do well, the tree. I really think so. The Gravelias, I put some seeds of Suspania to now be supportive. I can grow faster to be some mulching material. Another Sokoni species, not a species, another Sokoni tree. This one was affected by the sunlight, so a lot of the leaves fall down, but the new leaves are very nice and green. Can manage well. Other seeds coming up, Suspania, Leukenia, doing really well. So yeah, now we are just in the compound of the house, where I will not really grow too many things, because we also need some security for snakes. And yeah, it's not so good to grow too much near the house. Brings also a lot of insects inside the house. This area is for where the god stays. He will have some place to grow vegetables. We have mulched the place. These are all the vegetables. We have new ones coming up in the seedbed. Then we have mulch for some time ago. This side is now really nice soil. It has killed all the weeds, everything, and the soil is really having a lot of moisture and a lot of interesting texture and then on this side we have just mulch more recently. So this will be now some vegetables for that guy. They will mature when we have left this place, but it will be good for him. We have now, in that side we have cleared a cactus, so we put all of it here. It was big, and then it has decomposed inside here, it's going down. Then we have put more cactus. And here I want to let it to decompose well. There's another one there, that also will fit here along the road. And then we can plant some papayas or some bananas. We'll see which one it will be. Manure pile, very nice manure. This was a manure pile that we have harvested. And now we have planted some why am I forgetting the name? Pumpkins. Yeah. Then by December, around 1 month ago, we started to mulch around these bananas. These bananas were planted this one was planted in June, I think, and the other 3 were planted in September. But we did not see many new leaves, especially this one. So we have mulch with grass and put a lot of manure. And since December, this one has got 1, 2, 3, 4 new leaves, and there's a 5th coming here. And this one has got another 4 of them. This one 3 leaves, and this one 2 leaves. So those 2 mulched maybe 1 week earlier than these 2. So it's about 1 leaf per week coming up. So at least now they are growing, doing quite well. So you can see all this up to that fence. It's a lot of grass yet to be harvested. I can see it is really nice for mulching. Especially this, when it's fresh green, has a lot of nutrition for these things. Recently we planted some more Napier grass all around, now to close the view from the road. This side we have not planted, but we will put some mabati, some iron sheet, make some privacy. This one was planted in June, along with some others there, and it's growing well. It's really healthy. Even these ones, all of them are really healthy. So we have planted until somewhere there. We'll continue. So in my first land, the lab shamba, we have a lot of them that we can harvest now and plant. So, and this design of planting, putting them straight down and putting quite many of them in the same place, seems to be the best way so far. Other times I have cut them small and just used a few of them, but not all of them will make it. Like this one now might not make it. This one is making it. So if I would have put more of them, another one might have survived.